There was only really thought to be one weed issue regarding willows, and that was crack willow. But during my time I discovered there were other willow issues that were probably a bit more sinister lurking in the Tasmanian waterways.
Grey Sallow is a type of willow. It's considered to be the most invasive type of willow in Australia.
It's come on our radar in the Huon Valley Council more so recently when we found a couple of outlier plants next to the highway, which made us then chase more plants into the rivers.
So my name's Michelle Joy. I am the Natural Resource Management Coordinator at Huon Valley Council.
My name's Axel. I'm working for the Huon Valley Council as their priority weeds contractor.
My name's Matt Baker. I'm a weed taxonomist at the Tasmanian Herbarium.
We are currently delivering a Grey Sallow eradication project. In the Huon Valley, we currently only know of 2 places where Grey Sallow occurs, and that's why it's really, really important that we tackle this now before it can spread.
We've done a survey, the first survey probably 2 years ago now, where we located a bunch of saplings, and now we've received funding through the Weed Action Fund to actually go and control those plants.
The Tasmanian Weeds Action Fund, it's a $5 million Tasmanian government initiative. It's funded until 2024. The funds provided by the Weeds Action Fund are being invested with landholders, with land managers and other organisations to tackle weeds that are impacting valuable agricultural and environmental assets. One of the key principles of the Weeds Action Fund is the concept of shared responsibility, which is really important in weed work because weeds do not recognise property boundaries. So by working together with other organisations and with private landholders, we can tackle the broader issue, which is much more effective than each of those people working in isolation. We come out at this time of the year because we can only confidently identify them when they're bearing their catkins, which are a type of willow flower. So this one's a male one, you can see the yellow pollen. The male and female catkins occur on different trees, and you can see this one's a female because each of these little bits here is a bit swollen at the base. And it's the presence of these females that make it really invasive because when they're pollinated, they set seed and they can just produce millions of seeds.
The seed is actually only viable for a very short period of time, only 24 to 72 hours, and it's got that very short period of perfect germination conditions.
We think that this is going to be a very high-risk year for Grey Sallow invasion because floods have left lots of new patches of bare ground. If the Grey Sallow seeds find those patches of bare ground, they can potentially germinate and take over very quickly.
Today we've worked a big section of the river. We found about 20 seeding willows, which we've all cut and painted and pulled the cut vegetation out of the river so they won't reshoot. So we've got to be super careful with using chainsaws that we don't have two-stroke oil drip into the river and applying herbicide that is approved to be used in waterways.
We know that it's much more effective to tackle weeds when they are still of small distribution. Eradication is still possible. And by tackling these things at an early stage of invasion, we know we can potentially save hundreds of thousands of dollars of control in the future.
On the mainland, there have been whole ecosystems collapse from this species. So whilst we're only finding them in river systems in Tasmania, it's important that we keep on top of these, otherwise it can have drastic effects on the environment.
Does the plant have any uses?
No.